Lesson 10. Today's lesson is the last one before your quiz. So if I were you, I would get a formula sheet ready. Ready? Kennedy, what's the formula for area of a triangle?
Base times length.
Length times width. What's the
Triangle.
formula, or for a rectangle, pardon me. What's the formula for area of a parallelogram?
A plus B brackets.
No, base times height. Kennedy needs a study form. How about area of a triangle?
Base times height.
Base times height divided by 2.
Yeah.
Area of a trapezoid.
Is that A plus B in brackets?
A plus B times the height
Divided by 2.
divided by 2. Okay? You're going to need those today, because today's is like solving a whole bunch of problems. So get those written down if you don't already know them, so that you've got them ready. Okay? First question, super easy. They show you a thing that looks like this and a thing that looks like this, right? They ask you what the area is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All you have to do is count the boxes. Count the boxes here, add them together to get the total area of the whole thing, and then they show you a shape that looks like that. Right? Like that. And they want you to draw the line so that you can divide it into this and this. You guys are plenty capable of doing that without me. So pause the video, go answer question 1. Okay? Question 2. They're showing you a great big box, right? And there's a space in the middle that is not filled in, okay? This is empty. It's like a window. They ask you what the shape of the whole box is without the window. Then they ask you the shape of the window. And then they ask you, what would it be, what would the shape be if you put the window in there and took those boxes out? Well, you're going to take the area of the whole thing and then subtract this area, and that'll give you the total. So if it was 20 for the whole thing and this was 4, the area would be 16. Okay? Pause the video, go answer question 2. Already done the first page. Question 3. Okay, draw a line to cut each figure into 2 rectangles. Couldn't be easier, right? The first one looks like that. Well, I could cut it there. I could cut it there. Doesn't matter. You can figure it out either way. The only thing you would have to, and then they ask you to figure out the area. So this one's 7, this is 4, 3, 4, 4, 8. So if I'm trying to figure out the area of this rectangle, I know the length, I know the width. So I can easily figure that out, length times width. This one, I know what this section is, and I know what this section is, so I know the length and I know the width. Multiply them together, you've got the area, add this and this. This A is all in meters, so your answer needs to be in meters squared. Kara Burney, I looked at your math yesterday and you are forgetting your squares. Make sure it's there because you'll lose a mark if it's not. Okay, number 2, same thing. Now it's an L this way. I can cut it here. I can cut it here. Okay, doesn't matter either way. Then all the way around, no converting, everything's in meters, you're good to go. You just have to figure out, if I cut it here, the length and the width, multiply it to get the meters squared, and same thing here. Length and width, multiply it to get the meters squared. Add them together, you've got the whole area. Okay? The third one, everything's exactly the same. There's no converting to do, so you're good to go. Pause the video, go do number 3. Okay, number 4, a building. It's like this. Okay, so this is a building with a little tower sticking out. And it says that this is 5 stories high, and this wall is 8 stories high. So how tall is the tower that's built on top of the building? Well, if this is 5 and this is 8, this is the difference between 5 and 8. You figure out what the difference between 5 and 8 is, okay? Do the very same thing on the next one. Pause the video, go answer number 4. Number 5, find the measurements of the sides that have not been labeled. Again, very easy, guys. You got this, okay? They're telling me this is 2, this is 6, this is 6, and this is 4. They want to know what this measurement is, and they want to know what this measurement is. Well, I know that the whole thing is 6, and this little chunk is 2. So this piece is the difference between 6 and 2. What do you have to add to 2 to make 6? That's this. I know that this whole thing is 6 and this chunk is 4. So this little piece here is the difference between 6 and 4. What do I have to add to 4 to get to 6? That's the top, okay? Once you know what those measurements are, then they want you to cut the figure, so you could cut it there, or you could cut it there, whatever you want. In this case, it'd be 6 times 2, and here it'd be 4 times whatever that measurement is that you already figured out, okay? Add the 2 pieces together. When I did it, I'll give you a bonus. 6 times 2 is 12, so this is 12. They don't ask for any units, so it's just 12. I wrote it right inside so I could remember it without having to hold it in my brain. So I wrote the area for that one there and the area for that one there, and then answered the total area at the bottom, okay? And there's no units anywhere, so you don't have to worry about converting anything. The last one gets a little bit tricky because it's got decimals in it, but if you need to, feel free to use a calculator, okay? Pause the video, go answer number 5. Number 6, find the area of each figure, include the units. Kara Burney, include the units. So we've got a trapezoid, and it's a triangle and a square. And they've given you that this is 3 kilometers, this is 5 kilometers, 4, and they've given you nothing down here, okay? But if I'm going to figure out the area of this rectangle, what's my formula? Length times width. I have a length, I have a width. Very easy. If I'm going to do my area of a triangle, I need base times height divided by 2. I have the base of my triangle right there. I need the height. Is the height not exactly the same as the height of the rectangle? So I have this height. It's just written over there. You just have to be a little bit of an investigator. Okay? So base times height divided by 2, add the 2 together. You got it. Now, second one, piece of cake, same thing. They've given you, kind of looks like a house with a tilted roof, right? They've given you the height of the triangle. They've given you the base of the triangle, but it's the base of the rectangle. So this measurement is the same as this, right? So you have the base, you have the height. You have the length here, and you have the width here. But I'm not sure if they made a mistake. Either they made a mistake, or this drawing makes my drawings look like a Picasso, because it is so far out of scale, it's not even like, it's shockingly out of scale. Here, they've said that this is 10 meters, but everything else is in centimeters. So you need to do some converting. Okay, so we've got 10 meters from here all the way to the tip. That's what the 10 meters is. But if this is 10 meters and this is 8 centimeters, they look like as they're drawn, they look equal. So it's a terrible drawing, or else this is a typo. But we'll go with maybe it's a terrible drawing, and we'll just solve it, because we can do that. So if I'm going to change 10 meters to centimeters, right? Remember, 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. So that means 2 zeros. So I'm going to add 2 zeros to this. So now this becomes 1,000 centimeters. Do you see what I mean about the scale? 1,000 centimeters to 5.4? Like, it's ridiculous, but whatever. We'll go, so make sure you do that conversion, okay? So figure out you've got, if this is 1,000 centimeters and this is 5.4, then the height of the triangle is the difference between the two. So you got to take 5.4 away from 1,000, which makes this like 994.6 or something centimeters tall, which clearly it's not, but whatever. All right, but you've got the base of the triangle. Now you've got the height because you've separated this from this and left yourself with that. So multiply base times height divided by 2, length times width, add them both together. You got your answer. We're done page 2. Pause the video, go finish that question. Okay, number 7. These are all really easy. You just have to think a little bit, okay? So we've got a trapezoid, right? 3, 3, 2, these are all centimeters everywhere. There's no converting. Remember, area of a trapezoid is base, or A plus B times the height divided by 2, right? So 3 plus 2 would be 5, times the height would be 15 divided by 2. Okay? That one's pretty straightforward. The next one, they've given you a rectangle, kind of looks like the front of a store with a window and a door in it. With a window and a door, right? They're saying that this is 2 and this is 2. It's supposed to be a rectangle. This is 2 and this is 2. And this is 2 and this is 3. There are no problems with units. Everything agrees. It's all meters. Okay? So what you need to do first is figure out the area of the entire rectangle, right? And this is 5 and this is 10. So they've given you your length and your width. So figure out the whole rectangle, right? Then you got to figure out the area of the window and the area of the door. They've given you the length and width of both of them. So easy breezy, 2 times 2, 2 times 3. You get the area for here and the area for here. And you subtract this and this from the whole thing, and that gives you all around. Right? The third one, same principle. It's a box with a piece cut out of it. You're going to figure out the whole thing, then figure out the box, subtract it, and that'll give you all of this. Okay? Pause the video, go to number 7. Number 8, read the instructions. It says estimate first, right? So we're just going to round it to the nearest whole number. Keep it easy. They've got a box with a triangle coming off each side. Clearly my drawings suck as always, but the triangles are all the same. So if you figure out one, just add it up 4 times or multiply it by 4, and you've got the area of the 4 triangles. Length times width for the center, right? So estimate, remember, you're going to do base times height divided by 2 for those triangles. You're going to do length times width for that, right? I wrote it in the center, and I wrote it on one triangle. I wrote it on each of the triangles on the way around. Add it all up, and you're done. Okay. Same thing. Next one. It's a rectangle and 2 triangles. Figure out in the next one you do have to do some converting of units, because one of them is in millimeters, not in centimeters. Remember, 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. So you're only moving the decimal one place. Okay? So you're gonna figure out, you've got a box with a triangle on top. Oh, and the triangle comes off to the side. Again, terrible drawing. But figure out this, figure out those, add them together. Okay? Third one is a little bit trickier. It's like an L. But what you need to remember, now there is converting to do. You need to convert, all the measurements are in kilometers except for one, so you need to convert that. Remember, 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. So if we're converting everything to kilometers, 1, 2, 3, you're skipping the decimal 3 places. The other thing you need to remember is these lines. There's 3 lines here, 3 lines here. Those mean that this measurement and this measurement are identical. There's also 1 line here and 1 line here. It means this and this are identical but different from that. And then there's this and this are identical. So this line and this line are identical, but they are not the same length as that or that. It's 3 separate lengths. So you could cut this. I'm interested to see how you do it. You can cut it in lots of ways. You could cut it like that. You could cut it like that. You could even make it into 2 trapezoids. So depending on which way you cut it, you'll either use length times width or a plus b times h divided by 2. Okay? So you're going to have to figure out where the different measurements go, right? So like this is 3 kilometers. Well, so is this then, right? So recopy, so this was 9.21. Hi, Indiana. No, 9.2 kilometers. Well, then so is this, right? This is 5,990 meters. Well, so is this, but you need to convert this to kilometers so that we have matching units. 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Right? Okay, pause the video. Oh, so they want you to estimate it. So if you're going to round 9, what are you going to round 9 to? Or 9.2. Are you going to round it to 9? Or are you going to round it to 10? 5.99. Are you going to round it to 5 or are you going to round it to 6? So just estimate. The second part of it is they want you to actually solve it properly without estimating. You may use a calculator. Pause the video, go figure it out. 9. Find the area of the shaded part. Okay, so we've got a box, and it's 3 by 3. Oh, that's pretty good, Carrie. Good job. Now, we've got a square inside that goes from here to here, down to here, over to here, and back up. Don't be confused, okay? Look, first of all, figure out, they want to know what the fraction that this square covers is. It's so easy. You are going to get it so easy, okay? But we got to figure out what's the whole thing out of? What would the bottom number, what would our denominator be? Well, it's 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So our bottom number is going to be 9, right? Look at the length of this. It goes from the first box to the second box. So it's too long. And from here, it goes 2 boxes as well. So this is 2 by 2. So the area is 4. So what fraction does it cover? 4/9. Okay? That one was a gift. You're welcome. Okay, now I've got a 2 by 2, right? And the triangle goes from here to there. Okay? Now, we know what the bottom number is going to be. How many blocks? Top number. Remember, this is a triangle, so its area is base times height divided by 2. Okay, how long is the base? Base of the triangle is right there. How long is the height of the triangle? How many boxes does it go across? 1, 2. So the height is 2, the base is 1, right? 2 times 1 divided by 2. Okay? Then, so that's how much area this takes up. We put that on the top and the total area on the bottom. okay, to get a fraction. Same thing. Third one, you can do exactly the same thing. Again, it's a box with a triangle going that way. Count how many boxes for the height and how many boxes for the base over the whole amount of boxes. Okay? This one, bonus points if you reduce your fraction. Okay, last question? Oh, second to last. Okay, question 10. We've got a box. There's a path running through it, which is a parallelogram, which of course I drew wrong. Okay, I got a box, and here and there. Okay, now I got a parallelogram, right? So they want to know the length, what is the height of the path, right? This is 7, this is 5, these are all meters. And this is 1 meter, okay? So they want to know the height of the path. Well, is the height of this not exactly the same as the height of this? So we have the height. That's the first part. The base is 1 meter. Now they want the area of the path, okay? Remember, area of a parallelogram is base times height. We have the base, we have the height. Easy, right? Next thing, they want the total area of the flower beds. So they want this part and this part. Right? Now, you could try to figure out the area of a triangle and the area of a trapezoid, but I think what would be easier is find the area of the entire rectangle, because we have the length and we have the width, and separate out this. Take that away, and that gives me what's left over, those two. Okay? The path is covered in tiles, so they want to know how much it costs to buy the tiles. The tiles are $3 a square foot or something. $3 a square meter, right? Well, you already know what the area of the path is, so you just have to times it by $3. That'll tell you how many dollars it costs to put tiles on that square meterage. Okay? They also want to know how much it costs to plant the flowers. That's $5 a square foot. Well, if you know what the area is, you just times it by the $5 a square meter. Sorry. Okay? And then how much does it cost to do the whole thing? So this plus this, right? Okay, go solve question 10. I'll see you back for the last one for today, number 11. Okay, what is the area of the shaded part? We have a rectangle. We have a triangle that goes from corner to corner and down, okay? So we need to, and they've given us that this is 12 meters from here to here. And they've given us from here to here is 8 meters. Now, automatically in your head, you should be thinking, what is the total length? Well, if this is 12 and this is 8, I add them together and I get the total length, which I could put up there too, right? Now, so to get my, oh, and this is 14 meters. There's nothing hinky with the measurements. We're all in meters, so we're good. So if I get the total length plus the width, I can do the area of length times width to get the whole rectangle, right? Now I gotta figure out this triangle. Well, they've given me the base, remember? Area is base times height divided by 2. Right. They've given me the base of the triangle, but I need the height. Well, is the height of the triangle not the same as the height of the rectangle? It goes from this corner to that corner, and this is one of those, I called it a drunk triangle. It's all leaning over, it's had a bad night. When you calculate the height on a triangle like this, you have to drop it down. Remember, you extend the base to a 90-degree corner and then off the tip. So this height, the triangle's height, is exactly the same as the rectangle's height. So you need to figure out base times height divided by 2. And they have asked you, they want the area outside the triangle, right? So you're going to take the whole area, take the triangle away, and that gives you the rest. Okay? And that's it, that's all. Okay, there's a test after this one. I'm excited to see how you do at it. We've never done anything like this before, so feel free to use a calculator if you need to, and I can FaceTime or Skype you or whatever you need. If you're having problems, don't be afraid to ask. Everybody's got my phone number. All your parents have my phone number. Just send me a text or something, and I'll be happy to work with you. Have a good day.